steak and weenies again this year? Is that just the next day?
Coach DeBoer alluded to it, so we'll see. But that's one of those traditions that we got to keep. So if he isn't already thinking about it, I'll make sure he's thinking about it tonight.
Were you a steak guy last year? I forget.
I was a beanie guy last year. I was a steak guy my freshman year, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there a little bit of redemption going on this year?
Oh, of course. The beans are good, but it's just something about having that steak, too, so trying to get that steak.
You've been one of the guys kind of talked about keeping those traditions. I think you've talked to Coach DeBoer about it. What are some of the things that you try to bring up to him that have been around you want to keep?
So something that we already kept is fourth quarter, and fourth quarter means the world to us. It's a rite of passage. So fourth quarter, suits before the games, just little things like that. We were talking about how we go to the movies every Friday night whenever we have a late game. So little things like that, traditions that we want to keep.
How do you feel like the offensive line has kind of come together going into 8A?
The offensive line is coming together really well. We're getting a lot better now that we're getting the scheme down. We're able to work technique a lot more, and when you're working technique, we're able to work in the little intricacies as far as communication, passing off games. So the more we play together, the better we get.
On the offensive line, who have you said that has improved the most during the spring?
Who's improved the most? I want to say probably James Brockemeyer. You know, he's a guy that comes to work every day. He's always worked every day since he's been here. James, Jaden Roberts, obviously. You know, so I'm just excited to see how both those guys perform on 8A. I'm very excited to play next to him. I'm blessed to play next to James. James is super smart, you know, so he and I are racing to make the call first. So I'm just very excited to play next to him.
It seems like the guy maybe like Rock got a little bit more of an opportunity if Jaden was a little bit banged up today.
Yeah.
What was it like for him as a young guy stepping in?
Rock, he's doing really well. Since he's gone on campus, he's always been working to improve, and I'm excited to see how he continues to grow. But he did well today.
How have you seen Elijah and the other tackles just kind of improve from practice 1 to now what's today, 13?
Yeah.
How have you seen them improve?
They improve by their knowledge of the game. They're picking up on little stuff. And with Pritch, Pritch is very smart. He just needs to be more confident within himself, and that's something I'm trying to instill into him.
I don't know if we've talked to you since Caden made his decision, to come back. Have you talked to him, and just what's been the feeling from him on coming back?
My relationship with Caden has been the same since I started recruiting him, and nothing's official yet. But Caden's one of my best friends in the world, so if he does decide to come back, I'm super excited for that. But
Did you re-recruit him this time? Did you have to kind of? You said you recruited him as a freshman.
Yeah, I recruited him as a freshman, but like I said, Caden's just been one of my best friends since I've met him, so the relationship has stayed the same.
How do you see like this 8A being a lot different now that this is the first time where Coach Saban's not here, it's a new era on the board? What do you expect from Saban?
I'm excited to play Alabama football on Saturday. It's the same old. We've got the same standard, same script days in the middle of the field, same script days on our chest. So we're going to play Alabama football. The head coach might look a little different, and the play calls might look a little different, but same hard-nosed Alabama football will be played. And I'm very excited to see how many fans come out. I had pretty good attendance my past 2 8As, but I think this will be one of the biggest, and I'm very excited to see all the fans this weekend.
Go ahead. John. I was going to say, people talk about that first crowd for Nick Saban where the stadium was packed. Is that something you've been talking about as players and trying to get people to come and be here for this?
Yeah, it's something I've been talking about with my teammates, but with my family as well. Like, hotel flights are crazy right now, so I try to get them to get flights as early as possible. So just knowing that there's going to be a lot of people here means a lot. Just having that support from the fans is what makes Alabama. We have one of the best fan bases in all the sports worldwide. So I'm very excited to see everybody this weekend.
Tyler, you guys have been unfortunately, you guys are running like at least 85, 90 plays throughout these scrimmages. How does that challenge you guys with that high tempo and prepare you guys for?
It'll prepare us for the games because there's some defenses that can't get lined up until we're set. So the faster we get set, the faster we can tempo them and the more mistakes that they'll make. So, when they're waiting on getting calls from their coaches. So the faster that we line up, the less time we give them to talk to their coaches, especially with the mics in now, that's going to be a big game changer.
Yeah, is that, I guess with the way it is it different from years past for you guys, where you kind of just used to running that many plays, or with the mics too, like how is that a little different from years past?
We've always run a lot of plays during the scrimmage, so it's not completely different, but the way it helps us, it gets us prepared for the season. So when we're in those shootouts, we'll be ready for whatever we're facing.
The new coaching staff, new terminology, how has the cadence changed, and have you had to adjust, and you guys on the offensive line, is that something that's been difficult or streamlined?
It hasn't been difficult, but it's something that we've definitely had to pay attention to. There's a lot of motions going on in the backfield, so last year the cadence was very rhythmic, it was ready, so we were able to time it up a little bit, but this year you really just have to hold the water because there's a lot of stuff going on. and the quarterback could be faking the clap to get the defense to show their hand as well. So just having to be patient, just really waiting on the clap, but it helps us as offensive linemen as well.
How as teammates are you supporting Parker?
Man, Parker, I love that guy. You know what I mean? That's my brother, and just being able to be there for him in a time like this is very crucial. And I told him whatever he needs, I'm there for him, because he's a brother now. He's a part of this Alabama brotherhood. So I'll treat him as such.
He's still been around in the weight room and all those places.
Yeah.
What have you seen from the running backs, the guys you're going to be blocking for on Saturday? How have they come along?
I'm very excited for all of them because everybody's getting better. So I'm seeing so much growth from everybody, especially Richard. Richard used to see a hole and hit, even if it wasn't the right one. So now he's been a little bit more patient. He's really reading everything. I'm very excited to see him perform just as obviously. And then Jam. Whenever he's gotten in the game, he's been a force. So I'm excited to see him get more reps this year.
Thanks.